What is going on, guys? We're going to get the stream started in just a second here. Give me a few seconds. Alright guys, welcome to the stream. Once again, this is a live stream series that I've been doing pretty much every day. Whenever Bitcoin is doing interesting things, I go live. I hope my audio is good and I hope the image is okay. I hope it's not too dark here. But yeah guys, gonna get the stream started here. So, what did we see today, guys? We saw Bitcoin create a lower low. Let me just make sure that this is not too loud. Might be a little too loud. Guys, let me know in the comments in the chat if this is too loud or if the music's okay. But yeah, so you know, we're getting another lower low, guys. I mean, if you look here, let's look at the 1 hour. You know, lows are getting lower. I mean, this just barely broke below this low, but it is a lower low. And let's see, you know, looking at the support here is really not all that strong, so you could expect some more downside. You know, we've been talking about that $7,700 short-term support, which would be about right there, if I'm not mistaken. About right there, guys. You know, the timing, who knows when it's going to hit that point, but this is the short-term support we have been looking for, and it looks like we're getting there, guys. I mean, we're just continuing the trend. This was exactly what we expected here on this channel, guys. You know, we've been talking about this for a while, you know, continuing this trend, you know, sort of matching up with this trend. You can see so many similarities, guys, between these two moves. You know, past performance does not guarantee future performance, but you know, guys, when you're looking for patterns, you know, if you find similar patterns, similar things might play out, and that's kind of what we're seeing now. Literally, the exact same price action that happened here is happening here, guys. And we got that lower low. We're not really getting all that support right here.
Imagination is more important than knowledge.
But let's look at the big picture, guys. So if you're looking for just the overall support areas, which would be about right here, and the overall resistance areas, you know, just in general is about right here. Guys, I always look at the large scale. I always look at the large scale perspective. I never look at just like super short-term stuff. I mean, I make short-term predictions because I know you guys want that, but guys, I'm always looking at the large scale here, and that's why a lot of my predictions seem to be on point. Because I'm not sitting there looking at, you know, super short-term moves and trying to predict things right there. I'm looking at just the overall places where people are buying and selling, and it makes it easier, guys, to understand where the price is headed if you're looking at it from the large scale. And as I've talked about in a lot of my other streams, I do expect us to retrace into these parabolic lows. I think we are going to get a retracement into there, but anyway, looking at these, you know, overall resistance, overall support, the price is squeezing, the price is consolidating a little bit here. You know, price is getting more stable. But, you know, so our low end is about 70, you know, if we're going to come all the way and retrace all the way back to this support, guys, the low end of that is about $7,100 to $7,200. You know, if we are going to continue this price squeeze and move into this area, we're looking at about like 71 to 7,200, and then a top of like, you know, maybe 9,000 if we are going to bounce back that way. Although it is looking pretty bearish, guys. Looking at that volume, guys, look down there at that volume. The volume is fizzling out. You can see that it's kind of decreasing here. So interest and demand for Bitcoin has definitely decreased a lot. And that's why I do think we are going to be retesting these areas, guys. But we're going to have to see. Yusuf says, what's up? Says, hi bro, nothing to see here is back. The corned beef soup is back, all good, music's fine. Awesome, guys, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, corned beef, you said algorithms tend to repeat themselves. They do. A lot of this stuff is done by trading bots and algorithms, and that's why you get these patterns that are just so similar. And guys, it's not like yes, I did make these predictions, but I'm not sitting here bragging. It's actually really darn easy when you actually spot what's going on. It's literally identical, guys. this move to this move, it's almost identical, guys, and it is true. It's all about the algorithms. It's all about the bots. Of course, people play a role as well. You know, the bots know where people are going to buy and sell because everyone gets scared of like whole numbers, or you know, they get excited about whole numbers. I mean, you can see like Bitcoin hit 8,000, didn't get much support, and people got scared. You know, sitting at 8,000, why aren't we getting a rally back? People sold into it. Stop loss is triggered, price got moved down. Getting a little bit of support here. But guys, if we're looking at, you know, this trend, I would say, you know, don't be surprised to see $7,700. That's all I'm saying. Don't be surprised to see another dip here and bounce off of this. You know, after we bounce into this zone, we'll see what happens. We'll see if the price is able to hold above this short squeeze right here, guys. That area right there is really not an area of strength, in my opinion. This is not an area of strength, so I think that the price could easily fail through this zone, and we could find ourselves at the bottom of this bottom of this triangle here, and you know, bounce off of either, it's either going to be $7,700 bounce or like $7,100 to $7,200 bounce. It's literally going to be either there or there, in my opinion. And then from there, guys, we're gonna you know, we might trade up for a bit, but ultimately I do see us moving down and retesting these parabolic lows here. But yeah, for anyone joining the stream, guys, we just created that next lower low right here. So lows are getting lower, guys, and highs are getting lower as well. So it is a bearish trend. It is a bear market, guys. Nothing to see here says we are oversold on the 4-hour RSI. That gives me an itch to play the bounce. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, guys. We could get a bounce out of here, short term. The corned beef soup says if your prediction is correct at this rate, the $2,500 level seems to line up with the 200 weekly SMA. Yeah, it does. What Crypto Cali's back? So what's up, my boy? Perfect timing. What's going on, guys? We are still standing on that short squeeze. We should rally. Yeah, I mean, like, personally, guys, I don't see this short squeeze area as a strength area. I really don't, because this isn't really people. You know, of course, a lot of the whales out there made money on this move, but like, you know, there was like, I think it was like $300 million worth of short positions got liquidated right in that 30-minute squeeze, guys. So, you know, this isn't necessarily like I mean, technically it is a buy candle, obviously, but at the same time, this is the result of a lot of people losing money on those short positions. So to me, it's not a strength area. It's more of a strategic play for the whales to, you know, create some price arbitrage, get some movement to the upside, and, you know, have that next cash out cycle, get those next levels to cash out at, and that's what we're seeing now. You know, the guys at Mt. Gox were using this bounce to cash out more. So, you guys, the big holders out there love these bounces because they can cash out. That way, that way they aren't dumping into stuff like this here and dumping into the lower lows. Like, they don't want to do that. They want to get people to think that there's still a chance, and they get the price to bounce again, and they start cashing out, and the price rolls over. It's a cash out process, guys. And in my opinion, we are going lower. Day trader says time to buy some more. Yeah, if you are a day trader, maybe it's time to buy some more. Might be. Jason says, "Hey guys, I cracked the code." What code did you crack? The algorithm code? The Bitcoin bots? Price is trying to make a pushback, but it's not all that strong. I mean, you could get a bounce out of this zone, guys, but I'm thinking, like, if we hit $7,700, I think it's a pretty sure thing that we get a small short-term bounce from here, from 7,700. I think that's really, you know, it would just match up with this trend, and I think a lot of people would, you know, it would be a psychological thing. People would see that, you know, our trend line is being met. Maybe it's going to, you know, create a short-term bounce. But if we cannot get this bounce, if we cannot bounce off of this bottom support, guys, I think getting through that short squeeze is going to be super easy. Getting through here, guys, getting a price drop into this zone is going to be pretty easy, in my opinion. But guys, things to look out for. Things to look out for. So, in the coming, you know, days, weeks, months, you know, what you're looking for, guys, is this overall move right here. Just this top and bottom line, these support and resistance, this triangle. Look, you gotta keep this in mind. See where that price is relative to the consolidation zone. See what is happening here. Because, you know, if we get a break above this zone, it's bullish. Break below that zone, it's bearish. You know, if we can't hold, you know, technically, guys, you know, we have these higher highs here, so it is an uptrend. But, you know, you also have the lower lows, so technically it's a consolidation. And so we're gonna have to see, guys. We're gonna have to see after this consolidation takes place. Are we gonna be moving up or down? Personally, I think we're moving down, but we're gonna have to find out, guys. Only time will tell. You know, we could get a bounce off of this zone, play up in here a little bit, but then, you know, you could get a retracement and, you know, consolidate here for a bit, and eventually we're going to be looking at a major move up or down, you know, after that consolidation. Julia says, should I spend my $200 on Bitcoin? I am not a financial advisor, guys, so I'm not going to advise you I'm not going to tell you what to do with your $200. That's not my job here. Crypto Cali says you could buy 100 and save the other. Corned Beef Soup says, yeah, then build your account. Sorry if I sound stupid. I'm new to this, says Julius. No, dude, it's fine. Don't worry. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to sit here and tell you what to do with your money, because then I'm like responsible for it. I'm just gonna tell you guys what I think, and then you can do your own research and make your own decisions based on that. Jason says, weird thing I noticed, it switched from bull to bear every 5th of the month since January. Bull started June 5th. Every 5th of the month. So that's the 5th, so bull bear. February 5th, that's, well, it switched to bullish on the 5th of February. March 5th, slightly bearish. I don't know, I'll have to look into that theory. Corned Beef Soup, use your 200 on the charts and trades will wild wicks. I don't know what you're saying there. Yes, day trader, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion, and this is just for educational purposes, guys. So, you know, we're not getting that support right now in the short term here. This is the 5-minute chart. We are not getting that support right now, guys. So if we don't, you know, if we can't create this next low, then I think that $7,700 prediction is probably a pretty good one. But if we can't hold the $7,700 bottom for a short-term bounce, then the retrace through this short squeeze, guys, is going to be fast. This is not going to be it's going to be, I think we'll move through this just as fast as we moved up it, honestly. So, you know, that's what you're looking for right now, guys. $7,700 bounce, potentially, if we can't make this low now. This is technically a lower low. So I would think that we're going to hit this bottom support line, get that bounce off the 7,700 mark, and then, you know, probably, guys, we will end up following this channel here. If we get a bounce off that 7,700, I don't even think, you know, it's hard to say, but I don't even think we would get this high again. But, you know, who knows? Maybe we bounce back up, play in this zone again. But we'll see. We will see how this plays out, guys. It's not looking all that bullish, not all that much support coming in just yet. So, you know, look for that $7,700 mark, guys. I think it's a good one. I think it's a good price point for a short-term bounce. Craig Neve is saying, do you know Tone Vase? Yes, I do know Tone Vase. I was actually going to go to a meetup with him in Philly the other day, but I ended up having, something came up and I wasn't able to go. Eric Munzo is back. What's up, dude? Thanks for coming in the stream. He says, hey, man, how are you? I'm doing good, man. The weather here where I'm at is a little bit rainy, but I'm hanging in there. Although the other day we did get some sun, and that's why I look like a tomato up here. I was spending too much time in the sun. But yeah, guys, these are our levels right now. $7,700, I can't even say that, guys. $7,700 bottom, most likely. And from there, you could get a short-term bounce. But if we can't hold that, we are going to be breaking below this. And anyone new who's joining the stream, these are your resistance and support levels. This is our consolidation zone. So, you know, as this price squeezes closer, guys, we're gonna be finding out at some point, you know, are we bullish or bearish? Personally, I think we're bearish. I think we are going to continue getting lower lows. and you know, retesting some of these parabolic moves or parabolic lows. Yeah, I use Crypto Watch. So the website is cryptowatt.ch. So CRYPTOWAT.ch. So cryptowatt.ch. Crypto Watch. Craig Neve is saying, when do you think it will drop to 6,000? When do I think it'll drop to 6,000 again? Well, I think we're gonna be testing this consolidation zone first. So we're gonna be probably playing within this zone for a bit. So I would say maybe another 2 months probably, and then it'll be pretty obvious, I guess, which way we're actually going to be going. But 6,000, guys, is below the consolidation zone. So if you're looking at 6,000 here, if we do return to 6,000, that means we would actually be going below this low here, which would be a very, you know, we would be going from this low to this low, you know, so that would be pretty bearish. So if we do end up testing 6K again, it's a very bearish sign. You know, we would have to break 7K basically, and return to 6,000. But until then, guys, we can play within this zone. This entire zone is up for play right now, for this, you know, continued consolidation here. How do I say your name? Big No Serious says thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Oh wait, you says in your opinion. Oh wait, sorry. You said I think your opinion is accurate. What website are you using? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't see that comment. I was reading CryptoCali's comment, but yeah, cryptowatt.ch. Yeah, guys. I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just letting you guys know what I personally think, and I do think we are going to be retesting the parabolic lows that we saw on Bitcoin's run-up. I think, you know, overall Bitcoin is just completely overbought right now, and I think that, you know, with all this manipulation, all the trading bots, you know, Tether, fake money being put into the market, I think that the fact that we're still in this zone is kind of a miracle, honestly. The fact that we're still up here, in my opinion, is a miracle, considering how much, you know, how overbought we are. You know, just like how insane this move was. It's just, I mean, I guess it makes sense. You know, we went to 20,000, we hit 6,000, and now we're just seeing those, like, that aftermath, those you know, those rallies. But guys, I think eventually the price is going to be fizzling out, and we are going to be pushing below the 6K level, and I think we're going to retest some of these parabolic lows. And I think my prediction, guys, is going to be anywhere between you know, I do agree with Tone Vase in the sense that Bitcoin could, like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but Bitcoin could hit $1,800. But for me personally, guys, I think it's going to be $2,500. You know, it's just a guessing game, really, but I think in between $1,800 and $4,500. So that's a big range to look at, I know. Like, that would be right here. That's your lowest possible point, theoretically, and then, you know, 4,500 would be up here. So basically, guys, I think that the price is going to be testing this zone again at some point. This zone, I know there's a lot of lines on the screen right now, just to make it easier to see. This rectangle right here, this box, this is the zone I think we're going to retest at some point. But guys, I'm not saying it's all doom and gloom. Like, once we retest this zone, like, the price is going to be super stable. And that's when the general population is going to be forgetting about Bitcoin, and then that's when the institutions are going to step in and start gathering all the supply that they want. And once they've gathered all the supply that they want, then they'll push it up. And by that point, there's no longer sellers because the price is so low. The only thing left is buyers. You know, and then that would cause another major run up. Considering that we went from $200 basically to 20,000. I think coming back and testing these, you know, below 5K or below 4K is really not that far. It's not a far-fetched idea. If we're, you know, if you guys want swings that go from 200 to 20,000, you have to at least be willing to let the price come back to a lower level, because guys, there are so many people still hodling Bitcoin right now, and if we got a price bounce from this zone, the only thing this would create is a bunch of sellers, guys. This would only create sellers, and the price would actually be held down by that. The price would actually not be able to thrive in the same way that it did in this environment, because you know we had that drop from 1100, and then we just had all this room to move. I think if we retest these lows here, guys, then we'll be able to build back out and have a very strong push back up. But if we just push up from here, I think that I could be wrong, guys, but I don't think the price is really going to be doing anything like this again if we just bounce from here. It just doesn't make sense to me. And you know, on the other stream, guys, we were looking at the log scale perspective right here. This is actually kind of important, something I haven't done enough. Just take a look here, guys. Take a look at this parabolic move. Price is moving, it's moving, pushing. We're swinging, you know, parabolically, obviously. And there it is, guys. Parabolic trend broke. So now, what do we see now, guys? We see horizontal movement. So now we're looking at horizontal movement, you know, off of this parabolic move. And I don't think we're just going to sit here and, you know, nicely sit on that 6K mark and then go for another major run-up, guys. That is not what I expect. I think we are going to be breaking into this zone again, guys. And we're going to be retesting some lows here. This music is a little loud, a little weird, but whatever. I think we are going to be breaking through that 6K mark again and retesting some of these areas. These are the areas I was talking about before, right here. We're going to get a bounce out of this somewhere, and then from there, guys, you know, the price is going to be pretty stagnant, but eventually we're going to have that, you know, once we get down here, guys, there's no more sellers left, and there's only buyers. That's the only thing that's left is buyers once we get that low. And that is how you get those crazy upswings, guys. You have to pull back. You have to get some, you know, there's got to be some blood on the streets first, and then you get that major rally. That is what I think, guys. You know, just going off of, you know, what this looks like here, I don't expect us to just trade horizontally and then just bounce up from there. To me, guys, from my experience, I can't see. I would love for everyone to just make money, but I don't think it's going to happen this simply. I don't think all the hodlers are just going to you're just going to be making money here. Like, I think there needs to be a little bit more blood first, and then we'll have a nice, you know, strong push up. But that's just my opinion, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Crypto Cali says Tether is horseshit. Yeah, I mean, for sure. But there's a whole Tether conversation going on here in the chat. Craig Neve says it's Bitcoin was 1800. I would take a second mortgage. Yeah. Jason says, I think the only way it hits 1800 is Aeron mode into the 4K zone. It's the realistic bottom. Yeah, guys, like I said, anywhere between 1800 and 4500, which I know is a big zone to be talking about, but guys, somewhere in here, right now, this low that what you're seeing on the chart is like $3,200 low. But I'm just saying, guys, something like this I think is going to happen. I think we're going to get, you know, just like before, we had a nice retrace. I think we're going to get another nice retrace and just create that healthy market move, guys. It's a healthy market move. It just, guys, like, if we just rallied out of here again, just boom, like, it's just not even possible, because there's just so many, there would just be way too many people selling, and it wouldn't allow the price to flourish in that way. Some people got to get sacrificed first. That's basically what I think. Telex is back. What's up, Telex? How you doing, man? Says, should I swap my Tether to BNB for safety? Once again, guys, I'm not giving you financial advice. This is just for educational and entertainment purposes. But Telex is asking, should I swap my Tether to BNB for safety? Well, the thing is, if you're using Tether, I mean, like, yeah, maybe it's not as convenient, but you might as well be in fiat. You know what I mean? Why not just go to fiat at that point? I mean, I would personally rather use fiat than Tether. I don't believe in Tether at all. I think Tether is kind of the reason we ran up this high, guys, partially, but it's also going to be the reason why we're going to get a stronger pullback. Just, you know, fake monopoly money pumping the price. There's going to be repercussions for that. Craig says sellers will stop selling when it's below 4,000. That's possible. That's possible, guys. Like this scenario that I drew here has us bottoming at like 3,200, but I just did that just out of just to give you guys an example. So you know, we could see a bottom there, right below 4,000, but anywhere between this area and this area is where I see the bottom. So pretty much this zone that you're looking at here is where I see the bottom taking place. Because I think, guys, right once we get below that 6K mark, you know, there's going to be a huge downward momentum, you know, being created from getting below 6,000. Because, guys, if we get below 6,000, that means that anybody that bought from, what is it, November, pretty much beginning of November, anybody that bought from the beginning of November, if we get below 6K, is in the red. And that's going to cause a kind of a panic sell moment. And that's what I think will allow the price to get pushed so low. A lot of stop losses are going to be hit, guys. It's going to be, it'll get violent if we get below 6K. But again, guys, it's not all doom and gloom. At some point, we're going to be, you know, testing these highs again. And I'm not talking, this isn't like the exact timing here, guys. So if you're looking like 2019 is here, I'm not saying it's going to play out just like this. This is just for example, but it could play out like this. Jose is back. What's up, Jose? Jose says, "Take it as a compliment, Kevin. I'm so far impressed with you. You are one composed motherfucker. Sorry for my language. How do you resist the urge to trade, having your knowledge in the market?" Well, I mean, first off, Jose, I appreciate your comment a lot. It means a lot to me. But you're saying, how do I resist making trades? Like, guys, I mean, like, if you've been watching my channel for a while now. Here, let me get out of log scale for a sec. So we've been like, let me pull up some examples. Where was it? I think it was right here. A lot of people were expecting this, you know, even when we were sitting on the support trend, or what was it? I guess it was like right here, something like this. Remember this support trend, guys? Here, let me get rid of all these lines. If you guys remember, if you've been watching this channel for a while, we were following this support line here. If I can draw this. And was it, you know, this resistance line? These were our marks, guys. Remember that? For a while, we were looking at this. And everybody saw this bounce right here. And they thought, okay, this is it, guys. We're going to moon from here. But, guys, like, when I was doing that analysis, if you remember, look at the volume, guys. Like, these are the things you have to know. Like, look at that volume and tell, like, that is not a true bottom. Like, this was a true bottom. You can see the confidence right here, guys. On that 6K drop, you can see that confidence. You know, you had all these sellers coming in, people accumulating on the way down, and then just an insane pump right here, guys. Like, I think this was like record volume for Bitcoin right here. And you know, for the time being, it was the low, and you could see that confidence. You could see the follow-through. Look at the volume, guys. Look at all that follow-through. It was so consistent. That's why we got 100% rebound. But then we came down here, guys. Everybody thought this was the low. Everybody thought we were going to moon from here. But, guys, look at the volume. Like, it's not there. It was not there. And I said that during the video when I said, the video called, Is This the Bottom? And I said it wasn't the bottom because, guys, if this was going to be the bottom, you would have seen like double the amount of volume here. You know, if you're comparing it to the 6K drop, you would have seen way more buys here. And we didn't get that. Of course, you know, we got above it eventually, but, you know, now we're here again. So, it is what it is. Crypto Cali, I'm definitely in the red for my December purchases. Yeah, a lot of people are in the red from their December purchases. Julia says, I'm just saying I want to strike rich. I'm looking into Tron. Yeah, dude, I mean, that's the thing. Like, everybody's just trying to be rich, right? And everybody bought in this zone. Everybody bought here, guys. That's why I'm talking about $2,500, because $2,500 is that shift that took place between early adopters and the general population, okay? Early adopters, general population. And I'm thinking we're going to get a return to this zone, guys, because I'm sorry, but not everyone's just going to be rich now. Bitcoin, I personally, guys, I could be wrong, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think we're just going to moon and everybody that's holding Bitcoin is going to become rich. Like that's not how markets work, guys. Like, things don't happen the way you want them to. That is one thing you should really keep in mind, is things do not happen in the way that you want them to. Keep that in mind when you're trading, guys, because it will help you a lot. Things never happen in the way that you want them to. Sometimes they do. Sometimes you buy a shitcoin and make 1000x, but that's just like gambling. Jason's saying, be patient, Julius. Yes, be patient, guys. Roman is back. Roma is back. If we get to the exact retracement of 2014, then we are looking at just below 2600. Is that the percentage? I have to check that. Roma is saying, not exactly, Craig. There will always be poor amongst us. Quotes, Jesus Christ. But yeah, guys. So looking at this 15-minute here, still not that much volume. I think we are going to hit that 7,700 mark, and from there, guys, it's either going to be a fast breakdown or a quick bounce up, but we'll see. And if we do break down, I think 77,000 to 7,100, 7,200, that's going to be your next bounce zone. Unless Bitcoin is just extremely bearish and we retest 6K. And if we retest 6K, guys, that means that this low is higher than the next low. So the low would be getting lower if we retest 6K again, which would be a very bearish sign. Capri Theo's back and he says, I bought 0.2 Bitcoin and I better be rich by 2020. I don't think 0.2 Bitcoin is going to do it for you. Not yet. Yeah, once we get to these parabolic lows, you can start accumulating there, and then you might be rich by 20 something. But yeah, guys, support right now is not looking too hot. But let's see where we are in comparison to that last channel. Anyone new to the stream, we've been looking at this insanely similar price movement right here. So it would be this support line right there, and that resistance line about right there. Doesn't really matter, just a general idea. This support line here, this resistance line here, guys. It is insane how similar this is. It is absolutely insane. You had that first run up and that reversal first. Like, look at this, guys. So let me just map this out for you. Just look at that square and look at this square in relation to the rest of the chart. Okay, you got these two same moves. Then you have that big bulge that you get on both of them here. So you have that first pump and then that bulge, first pump and then the bulge. And then you have this little, you know, after we get that retracement back into the channel, you have this little bounce here. Similar thing happened here. Got a retracement and a bounce off that resistance point, and then we dropped into the channel. And here you have 1, 2, 3 touches to the downside, guys. 1, 2, 3. Again, past performance does not predict future performance, but it does give you a better idea of what could happen. So after that, 1, 2, 3 touches to the downside, 1 here, 2 here, and technically this is a lower low. So no matter where we create that next low, guys, this is a third touch to the downside. So that pattern actually did play out very nicely at this point, guys. 3 touches to the downside, 3 touches to the downside. So after that, you could expect, I mean, because, guys, personally, because this short squeeze happened, I personally don't see this as a confidence or a strength move. This is not a strength move, in my opinion, guys. This is a short squeeze. A lot of people lost money here. So, you know, we could get it bounced off that $7,700 point and start playing in this channel again. But I think it really would not be hard for us to break through that short squeeze zone. Honestly, guys. Because this, to me, is not strength. This is a strategic move done by whales, knocking out the, you know, guys, in this zone right here, guys, this zone, for those of you who don't know, this is that low at 6,400, so 6K here, $6,400, $6,500 low here. This was the record amount of short positions ever taken in Bitcoin. What happened right here, the record amount of short positions, and I think the whales figured out, you know, if we can get this stuff to start liquidating, it'll start a ripple effect, and it'll start cascading, you know, liquidations after liquidation, just, you know, it'll just roll out the liquidations, and they probably figured that if they could cause a short squeeze, they could, you know, accumulate here, cause that short squeeze, and get huge profits on this way up here. And then, you know, guys, the people at Mt. Gox have been using this as another sell point. Just keep that in mind. So this support that came in right here recently, this is a 3-minute chart. This is not really holding up all that well, but we'll see, guys. Jason says, Kev's the man, cool as ice. Thank you, dude. Roma, keeping it real, dude. Everyone give a thumbs up. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Crypto Cali says, alright, Kev, thanks for the video. I have to bounce. See you, man. I appreciate you joining in. Crypto Cali is actually one of my oldest fans. He was there pretty much since Sunny Decree. If you guys know Sunny Decree, he has a pretty big channel. He had, like, I basically got accidentally featured in one of his shows at one point. Well, accidentally. I made a comment in one of his Sunny Decrease streams, and Sunny, like, clicked on one of my videos and ended up subscribing to me. But from, you know, I gained like a couple hundred subs at that point, and Crypto Cali was one of the first people that joined in this channel, which is cool. He's one of the OG fans. Jose is saying, Kevin, do you have a Bitcoin USD short chart, and what can we learn if we put it side by side? Do I have a Bitcoin short chart? Are you talking about, like, what do you mean? Are you talking about just like the amount of short positions that are being taken? I think if you go on TradingView, guys, TradingView does have an option for you to see short positions, although I don't use TradingView that much. Jason says, I'm not as advanced as Kevin. Wait, Telex is saying, that's how I found you. That's hilarious. Yeah, a lot of people found me from that Sunny Decree video. Jason is saying, I'm not as advanced as Kevin. I just noticed the 5th of every month is a reversal moment. That's, Jason, that's actually interesting. That's something I actually haven't noticed, and I will keep that in mind. I'm definitely going to look into that and see, you know, see if there's any correlation to that. Yeah, Corned Beef is saying Bitcoin short chart is on TradingView. Yeah, you can go on TradingView and find it. I forget exactly how to find it again on TradingView. I really don't use TradingView that much. I like Crypto Watch guys because of just the simplicity of it. And it's, I don't know, it's just something I've grown to like personally. So these are the Heikinashi candles, guys. It's really good when you're trying to find trends. So if you're looking at this, you know, we had this candle reversal here, and we might be looking for, you know, another retrace back to that zone. A lot of times trends happen in fours when you're looking at the larger scale stuff. So, you know, another what would be like 2 weeks to the downside, possibly. Just a possibility. Alright, are we going to make another low here, guys? Are we going to hit that $7,700 mark on stream? That would be pretty cool. Hook up with Ernie from Traders of Futures. I don't know who that is, but I will look into him. Check him out. But guys, anybody who has joined the stream now, sorry for all you guys who have been in the stream. A lot of my streams are pretty repetitive because there's only so much you can say, really. I mean, I could just create some more bullshit to talk about, but there's really only so much you can say when you're talking about prices. So this is our overall support line, and this is our overall resistance line, guys. Sorry, let's line up. All right, there we go. So we're probably going to be looking for a bounce. If we don't get a bounce off of $7,700, then we're looking for a bounce off of $7,100, and then from there, we could be playing in this range a little bit more and consolidating a little bit more. But eventually, guys, I believe that the downward momentum is going to be picking up, and at some point we're going to have a fall off in price, and you know, we'll find a bottom probably under 5K. My prediction is 2,500, but I think under 5K is reasonable. And you know, eventually we're going to build back up, hit higher highs. But for now, guys, we're going to be consolidating for a bit. Prices might seem a little bit less interesting for the next few weeks. It's going to be a little bit more stagnant. Although what happened today is pretty crazy. Price is totally curled over. And this is a lower low, guys. But yeah, guys, like, so a lot of people are asking me, like, how do I keep my cool, like, when I see a price bounce, like, how do I not just impulse buy? First off, you guys got to realize that impulse buying is going to be your #1 reason why you fail. Okay? Just buying off of a whim and just making impulse decisions, guys, will be your downfall. I promise you that. It will be your downfall. You have to create a plan. You have to figure out what your actual view on the whole market is first. You have to actually come up with an idea, stick to your idea, and make trades based off of your idea. Do not trade based off of ideas that you just randomly get, or something you see on social media, or some guy messaging you on Facebook saying, oh, it's gonna be big. Like, you can't, guys, you can't do that. Like, I promise you, that is how you will lose your money. You have to stick to your ideas. So guys, like, even when I saw this price bouncing up again, we had that incredible short squeeze, the price ran up. I made my my reversal prediction right there. Because I just realized that, like, guys, you go to Google Trends and you look at Bitcoin, there's nobody searching for Bitcoin anymore. Nobody's searching crypto anymore. So, like, even though we get these bounces, the general population isn't looking at this right now. So that's kind of like, if people aren't interested in Bitcoin, if the demand isn't there, why would we create a higher high off this? It just doesn't make sense to me. There has to be, a new impulse, a new group of buyers. The general population has to be interested in order for us to start building up again. And that's, guys, that's what I'm talking about. Like, if we can get to these parabolic lows again, then we can create a psychological renewal in the market. People will sort of forget about the past. They'll forget about the money that they lost, whatever. And once we get to these parabolic lows right here, once we hit these areas again, guys, the entire psychology of the market will be renewed, and we'll be prepared for another major run up again. It's probably not going to be this big, but if we can get to these lows, test these lows again here, all the sellers will be gone. The only thing left will be buyers. People's minds will be refreshed, and it'll be like a real bullish environment. The environment we're in right now is not bullish at all. People are not interested in Bitcoin right now. Even with consensus, guys. Even with consensus, look at this. So if you remember, consensus happened right, I think if I look at the 6 hour. Yeah, so if you guys look at the chart, first off, take a look at this zone right here. And we're going to be looking at another similarity right now. But you see, this is during consensus, guys. Price is just complete wash trading, guys. Like, the general population is not interested in Bitcoin right now. There was no hype created off of consensus. Like, everybody in crypto thought that there was going to be crazy hype and whatnot. But it just didn't happen that way, because people aren't interested in crypto overall. And here's the craziest part about this. That was during consensus, guys. I hope you guys can see this on the chart. See this? Just take a look. Just take a look at what this looks like. You have this pump, this sell-off pump reversal. Now let's look at this chart to the left here. This price pattern to the left. Look at that, guys. Do you see literally the exact same pattern playing out? Exactly the same, guys. So even with consensus, Bitcoin wasn't able to break the trend it was on. That should tell you a lot, guys. That should tell you a lot. Even with the consensus hype and NASDAQ saying they're getting into crypto and all this just crazy hype, it wasn't enough, guys. The general population probably looked at it and they were just like, nah. Like, it's The general population doesn't care about events like consensus. They couldn't give a damn about that. What they care about is making money. So what I'm saying is, if we can get a price break into these lows, retest some of these parabolic lows, by that time the general population will think Bitcoin's done and they'll think crypto's over. But that's when the smart money steps in and they start accumulating on the way down. I mean, it's not going to happen that fast, but this is just as an example. You know, as the price is getting lower, guys, people are accumulating. Maybe there's some bounces in there, whatever. This is a terrible drawing, but price comes down. The smart money accumulates on the way down, and then once it goes, you know, at that point, guys, once you start getting moves up and you start seeing Bitcoin rising 10% a day, 20% a day, you know, crazy percentage gains, then the general population is going to turn and be like, oh wow, and then they're going to pump their money in, and by then we already accumulated, and it's going to just be a round two of this whole thing. It probably won't be this big. Again, this might be one of the biggest single runs we'll ever see in Bitcoin, but I'm just saying, guys, like, going to lower lows is not a bad thing. It will actually create like a slingshot effect, and it'll send us to higher highs way faster than if we just got a bounce out of this zone now, in my opinion. Unless I'm completely underestimating the demand for Bitcoin. If that's the case, then whatever, you know, I'm wrong, but I don't think so. You know, guys, lower lows, testing these parabolic lows is going to be a blessing in the future. We would slingshot our way out of this. Like, it wouldn't even be funny, guys. And support is really weak. So if this support right now, guys, this is a 5-minute candle. If we cannot hold this support line, then, you know, touching that $7,700 point that we have been predicting on this channel is very likely. Getting a touch on that, and then we'll see what happens from there. You know, at this point, I would expect probably another bounce or something. But if we can't even hold $7,700, then this short squeeze area is not going to be support. It's just going to be a zone to move through, and we'll just push right back to that low. It's 7,100 probably. We'll see what happens from there. I'm reading your comments off my phone here. I have to hook up my external monitor. My PC doesn't have a port for my external monitor right now. Dream Surfer says, dude, never change. Best crypto videos out there. No gimmicks or bias. No cheesy editing or big ego. Just great advice. Dude, I appreciate that so much. That's awesome, man. I'm so glad you feel that way too, because first off, guys, I'm not monetizing any of my videos. I can't, because I don't have the requirements yet. Of course I will. Of course that's my goal. You know, of course I want to make money streaming and doing videos. Who doesn't, right? But right now I don't monetize my videos. So guys, the only thing I can possibly do to, you know, for myself right now is to give you guys good info and good predictions and things that I actually think are going to happen. Because I can't just make clickbait videos and like make money off of it. I'm not monetizing. So what I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm actually trying to create as best of predictions as I possibly can. First off, I have no money in crypto right now because I think we're in a bear market and I think we're going lower. So why would I own crypto? So like my view is not, I'm not biased. I'm pretty unbiased in my opinion. Like, just because I think we're going lower doesn't mean I'm biased. That's just like, what I can't have an opinion? You know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to do? Just get on here and just say nothing? Like, oh, we're just Bitcoin to the moon every day? Like, no, guys. I'm just going to tell you what I think. I'm going to make good predictions for you guys. And, you know, if I do see a bullish macro signal, if I do think at some point that, okay, wait a minute, guys, maybe we do have enough support, maybe we can move up from here, I would tell you that. But right now, I don't think so. Right now, that is not my opinion. So, you know, I'm just giving you guys my honest opinion. I have nothing to gain here, guys, other than making good predictions, getting more followers, and getting more views based on good information. That's all I can do right now. Wait, so, sorry, guys. I'm falling behind in the chat here. Guys, I'm so sorry if I missed some of your comments. Crypto Market TV is back. What's up, dude? I appreciate you coming in a lot. Kevin is a whale waiting for 3K bottom. Maybe. I IGGL is back as well. Can you give a quick review on FLTC trends? Yeah, I'll do that in a second. I just want to make sure I didn't miss too many things here, guys. When volume collapses like this, how do you read it? People giving up and leaving, or people hodling? Wait, hold on. How many? Oh my God, I missed a lot of comments. Sorry about that, guys. It might not be possible for me to read all of these at this point. This is actually one of my busiest streams yet, which is pretty cool. Sorry, guys. Jose saying, I think I'm going in. I'm sorry, my FOMO is too strong. Hey man, you might make money, you might not. Just don't go in too much. Don't go in too big just yet. You have nothing to lose here, guys. Like, guys, first off, like, think about this. Okay, let's say you don't buy in now. Let's say Bitcoin is gonna hit 20,000 in a month. Let's just say theoretically that's the example. Even if you don't buy in now, you're like, you know, if you miss out on this move, what, you know, who cares? Who cares? Like, missing out on this move in you know, to not lose money, like, I think it's worth it. Like, missing out on that move just as a security, just to make sure that we're actually bullish, I think it's worth it. Like, who cares if you miss it on this? If Bitcoin's really gonna rally, ultimately rally into new highs, what does this matter? Like, yeah, you're gonna get a bunch of percentage gains out of that, but really, like, what does it matter? Like, I don't know. I mean, it is a large percentage. Don't get me wrong, but like at the same time, if you're looking for a long-term investment, like why? What's the point of just? I don't know. I feel like you guys know what I'm trying to say. Capritio saying lost my money with FOMO. Yeah, guys, FOMO is you know, you gotta learn from your mistakes, guys. That's why I'm trying to do this, to help you guys navigate your way through the markets. I'm trying to like, you know, give you guys some of my experience to help you guys, so you don't have to necessarily go through all these mistakes that I personally did go through. Julia says, if it drops to 6K, I'm selling my wife and kids to get them back afterwards. You might not get them back if you do that. Craig says, Bitcoin market trading only been around 5 years. This market is an infant. Yes, that is true. I mean, yeah, it's definitely an infant, but that doesn't mean that we just have to keep going up forever. Like, just because Bitcoin is an infant doesn't mean that we can't have pullbacks. You know what I mean? You know, like, I mean, the .com bubble. The internet was an infant, but we still had an insane bubble pop. Like, ultimately, if you hodled through it, you made money. But, you know, who wants to sit there and hold on to losses for like a year or 2 years? Like, nobody wants to do that. Like, Dream Surfer. Oh, I already read your comment. I appreciate that comment though. Calvis is saying, what's going to happen with farms, electricity costs, or like mining farms? So yeah, okay, that's another thing. A lot of people think that, a lot of people are saying, oh, if Bitcoin goes this low, you know, if it goes down to $2,500, then people can't mine because it's too expensive to mine, and Bitcoin will die, and nobody's going to mine it, blah, blah, blah. I have a simple answer for that, guys. Were people mining Bitcoin when it was at 50 bucks? Were people mining Bitcoin when it was at 100 bucks? Were people mining Bitcoin when it was at 500 bucks? Were people mining Bitcoin when it was at $2,500? Yes, to all of those, guys. People were mining Bitcoin at every price it was ever at. That's how Bitcoin works, guys. So no matter what price Bitcoin goes to, guys, it will always work. People will always be mining it. Guys, if Bitcoin dropped to 100 bucks, I would spend all my money to start mining it tomorrow. Guys, if Bitcoin dropped that low, people would be mining the out of it. Like, I'm telling you, they would be mining it like crazy. Like, this idea that Bitcoin can't go down a certain point because it'll just be too expensive, guys. The market will adjust. I promise you that. The difficulty levels and all that stuff, guys, it'll adjust. The market will adapt. I'm telling you guys, there are no guaranteed prices for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes to a certain, it's like, I promise you guys, if Bitcoin dropped significantly, people would be mining the shit out of it. I promise you that. You're always going to make money by mining, guys, unless there's just an infinite bear market. Universal Scientist is back. What's up, man? Appreciate you coming back. Crypto Wolf is saying, is there a possibility that once we find a bottom, we will move sideways for months? Yes, that is actually what is most likely. You know, once we find, if we do break below these areas, which I'm not saying is a guarantee, you know, I sound pretty confident because I am in what I'm talking about, but you know, it's not guaranteed that we're gonna go, you know, to those lows that I'm talking about. But if we do, then yes, we will find a point where the price will stabilize and sort of round off, and then, you know, it'll trade sideways and it'll eventually start pushing back up. Hold on, guys. Let me see. I missed a lot of stuff here. Clavs says, "LOL, me too." But wait, there will not going to be any left in Bitcoin. Yeah, there will, guys. If Bitcoin drops that low, oh man, there'll be a lot of buyers. Jose is saying, "How do you tame your FOMO?" Because guys, I don't like. First off, like personally, I just knew that once we bounced down here and we failed to make this next pump up, you know, guys, I showed you that logarithmic example. Whoops, wrong candles. Parabolic move up, broke sideways. Once I saw that we got that sideways break, guys, I knew it was a bear market. I knew we were just going to get, you know, strong downward momentum. Personally, I just knew it was coming. I could have been wrong at the time, but I just had a very, very strong feeling, and that's why I started this channel, guys. But how do I tame my FOMO? I mean, I just don't. Even after that 100% rebound, I remember Bitcoin hit $11,200, and I literally made a video when it hit $11,200, and I said, guys, we're gonna get a reversal right before 12,000. You can go look at it. It's one of my earliest videos. I was like filming it with my phone on my computer, and I was like, guys, we're about to hit 12,000. Like, there's gonna be a reversal here, because guys, it's so psychological. Like, whole numbers play a huge role. I mean, we bounced from 20,000 to 6,000 to 12,000 basically. Like, it's just total psychology, guys. It's just what people think about prices at this point. There is no proper price for Bitcoin. It's all just about what everyone is thinking. Like, for stocks and stuff, you can actually calculate the value of a stock, the value of a company. You can actually do that. With crypto, you really can't. It's all just about what people think, and, you know, its demand, its use case, and all and whatnot, how it's being used, and all that stuff. But it's mostly psychology at this point. You know, why is it that we ran to just below 20,000, then hit 6,000, then ran just below 12,000, then came back to that level, then ran just below 10,000? Guys, it's psychology. Like, literally, it's just whole numbers and people just reacting to them. People are predictable. When people are acting as a herd, they're predictable. Craig is saying, will altcoin buzz soon become altcoin fizz? I don't know what you mean by fizz. But guys, when Bitcoin's trading sideways, that's when altcoins have their moments. When Bitcoin is going sideways, people want to find other ways to make money, so they get into altcoins. So next time you see Bitcoin trading sideways and you're bored with Bitcoin, hop over to the altcoins and you'll probably see some action. Oh yeah, somebody was asking me to check out Ethereum and Litecoin, I believe. So here's Ethereum, guys. So first off, let's just take a look. Look at this, guys. It's all trading the same way. It's all just following each other. So, like, you know, a lot of people like do analyses, whatever, on, you know, these top altcoins and stuff. But, like, really, it's like, yeah, sometimes Litecoin will lead the way, but overall, guys, like, Bitcoin is still in control of just most of these moves. My music end here? I guess it's just going to restart. But yeah, guys, Bitcoin is in control for the most part. You know, each coin is going to move sort of in its own way, but here's the 3-day for Litecoin. Let's look at Ethereum here, 3-day. And then Bitcoin 3-day. Drag these over here so we can see. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. You can kind of see, guys, Ethereum is kind of acting most uniquely out of all of them, but overall, guys, you can see just the insane correlation here. Like, everything is following Bitcoin. You have 1, 2, 3 bounces. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So Ethereum is the most unique in terms of its price movement, but overall it's still following Bitcoin. Like in my last stream, guys, these lines that are drawn here are actually still from my last stream. I was looking at these this channel here, and I was saying, guys, if Bitcoin drops, Ethereum will too. Like, just because Ethereum is seeing lower highs in a building price does not mean it's bullish and not susceptible to Bitcoin. And I was saying we could get a drop off, and that's exactly what happened, guys. Bitcoin dropped off, Ethereum dropped off. They just follow each other at this point. But like I said, guys, sometimes Ethereum and Litecoin and other altcoins will be a catalyst for certain moves. So, like, maybe right now Litecoin's a little bit more bullish or something, and maybe that actually causes people to become more confident in the other coins and whatnot, and that'll cause, sometimes Ethereum leads the way, sometimes Litecoin leads the way for, just like catalysts and stuff. But overall, Bitcoin is the main mover here, guys. So, like, I could just sit here and do an analysis on Ethereum, but like I was talking about that last time, guys. I was showing you, what is this time frame? This time frame is 6 hours. Go to the 6 hour here again. And guys, last time I was talking about this, like, Bitcoin is seeing lower lows. This is what I said in my last stream. And I said Ethereum is seeing higher lows. But then I said, but just because Ethereum is bullish does not mean that it's actually bullish. Like, if Bitcoin goes down, then Ethereum will too. And that's exactly what happened, guys. So even if Ethereum is nice and bullish, Bitcoin will control it. So, doing analysis on these top coins is a little bit less useful than it is for smaller coins, actually, because I mean, if you're a day trader, then you could talk about a lot of things, but just overall, it's really just all up to Bitcoin at this point. At this point, it really is. Like, it sucks to say that, but all these larger cap coins, guys, it's pretty much just following Bitcoin. So really, if you're looking at, you can pretty much, if you're trading swings and like semi mid-term, long-term stuff, you can trade pretty much any top coin just by looking at Bitcoin. Guys, like, I could probably trade Ethereum just by looking at Bitcoin for longer term stuff, guys. Longer term. Not talking about short term, but guys, literally just by looking at Bitcoin, if I just had a buy and sell button for Ethereum, I could probably make money just by looking at Bitcoin's chart, just because I know that it's going to follow Bitcoin. And that's just the way the market is right now. It's just how it is at the moment. And at some point it might change, but Clavs is saying, what do I think about XRP? I mean, I think XRP kind of goes against everything that crypto stands for. I'm sure it's a very useful cryptocurrency, but it's not decentralized in the way that a cryptocurrency should be. And the fact that, the creators of Ripple, like, own most of the supply, and they've made billions of dollars for themselves. Guys, it's all just a money-making scheme for these guys. Like, the creators of Ripple aren't trying to better the world. They're, like, just sitting on billions now, and they're taking their money. Like, they're taking their profits. Like, Ripple is just a fundraising scheme to make billionaires richer. That's literally what it is. And I don't like Ripple. But maybe it'll be a top coin. I mean, maybe it'll continue to be top coin because banks will use it and stuff. I'm not saying Ripple's doomed. I'm just saying I don't like it. Roma is saying, why buy a Lambo? Wait until 50K, then sell, then wait for next major retracement, then buy back 5 as much. I hate all the Lambo talk. Yeah, I mean, people are materialistic, guys. People want Lambos. People want this and that. Like, sure, if that's what's gonna make you happy, then sure, that's great. Julia says, I have hope for Ripple and Tron. I disagree. The goals that Tron has, guys, are so massive. Like, it's going to take another, like, decade before Tron can actually fulfill what they're talking about on their white paper. So I think I think Tron is a very long-term hold. I mean, I like the idea of Tron. I think the idea of Tron's awesome, but it's just like their project and their goals and the things they're trying to create, guys. It's like it's such a big idea. Jose is saying, why is it always dark in there? I mean, I could turn my lights on, but I don't know. I don't know why I choose to do this. I have these like IKEA lights right here that are like changing color all the time. I probably should get like a light like here, just to make it brighter. But I always see everybody else on YouTube is so lit up. I was like, yeah, let me just be different. Am I a vampire? Yeah, I'm a vampire. Change this to white. Yeah, I could change it to white and get some more light in here. Probably should, honestly. Clavs is saying, can XRP price grow instead of Bitcoin? What do you mean by instead? I don't know what you mean by instead of. So you're saying Bitcoin dies and Ripple doesn't? Or are you saying that... Oh, you're asking, can Ripple go up when Bitcoin doesn't? Yeah, I mean, yes. Ripple actually acts the most uniquely out of any coin. Out of any coin almost. Any top coin, really. Let me just pull up Ripple, even though I hate Ripple. Where is it? TRX, XRP right here. If you're looking at the overall chart here, guys, Ripple acts very uniquely. What you always seem to get are these huge swings and then these long retracement periods, and then bounce and then long retracement period. It happens every time, guys. Huge bounce, long retracement period. Huge bounce, long retracement period. Huge bounce, long retracement period. Like, it just like Ripple is very strange. And I personally think that they're just doing this to make money. And I don't think it's, I don't know. Of course, they want Ripple to be a stable currency. They want Ripple to be stable. They don't want the price to be moving too much, because if banks are going to be using it for money transfers, they need the price to be somewhat stable. So that's how they probably issue more Ripple to keep the price down. So overall, guys, Ripple, I don't know. I don't like Ripple. I mean, I think they're going to try to keep it as stable as possible, just so that it functions for their use case. Dream Surfer is saying, no, don't listen to them. Darkness is cool. Don't change a thing. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, I don't know what it is. Like when I'm sitting in a dark space, I can actually come up with ideas way better than if everything's just like bright and stimulating. Like if things are dark, I feel like I think better. Jose is saying, Kevin, just a white plus white background. Jason says, I say darker. Your tube is saying, I wish altcoins weren't so tied to Bitcoin. It's like your hands get tied on doing any moves. Yeah, I mean, it's just the reality of the current situation. You know, Bitcoin is the leader, guys. Like, its market cap is like way above everything else. So everyone's looking up to Bitcoin to see what the next move is. Jose is saying, don't change a thing. Alan says, love your content, man. Keep it up. Guys, I appreciate you all coming in here. It's super awesome that you guys are back. I see, like, so many of you guys are back. Like, it's crazy how many of you guys are back here. There's a lot of familiar faces. It's super cool to see. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you coming in the stream. I'm going to end it now. So let's see real quick. Let's check out what's going on here. Still really lacking support right now, guys. Very lacking support. So, like, if we can't hold this zone, like I've been saying a million times, $7,700 is that critical level that we're either gonna, if we break below 7,700, we're gonna be retesting that 65, this area, probably like 7,100, pretty fast. The other alternative would just be a bounce out of that zone. You know, just bounce off of here and continue with the channel, playing in these zones. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end the stream soon. Jose is saying you are active in Twitter. I'm going to follow you. Yeah, so guys, my Twitter is Kevin Svenson _, and I'm pretty sure it's the same picture that I have here on YouTube. But I've gotten so many requests to get on Twitter, and I really should. I will do that. I need to create a sort of like a blog site where I can do like real-time updates and stuff, which should be cool. Maybe Twitter. Twitter's probably the best for that, honestly. But guys, I'm going to be ending the stream now. I appreciate you guys all joining in. It's been a good time so far, guys, and I do plan on doing this, you know, pretty often. You know, I don't necessarily do it every day, I like to just go live when things are happening. So when Bitcoin, if I'm available at the time, if Bitcoin's doing something crazy or something interesting, I'll go live and you guys can check it out. So whenever Bitcoin's doing crazy stuff, check to see if I'm live. Hit that bell button, guys. Hit the bell button, subscribe, like the video. I appreciate it so much. I love the support you guys are giving me. Twitter rocks, Jose says. Yeah, I'm probably just going to use Twitter from now on. Honestly, guys, I just forget about Twitter. I don't know why. It's never really intrigued me that much, but I can see why it's useful. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys joining the stream, and I will see you soon. If Bitcoin's doing some crazy stuff, I'll be back on. But until then, appreciate you guys, and so I'll see you soon.